Hello. In this video we're going to show you how to run RSETPy so that it will index our downloaded data into a database. In the previous video we showed you how to configure RSETPy so that it could connect to the database server, and also so that it would know where to look for the data that we downloaded. Okay, so now to do the database indexing, we're going to go to our Start menu. I'm going to start typing Python, and remember from some of the previous RSETPy videos we used the Python GUI idle, so I'm going to click that. Okay, so the Python shell should open up. We're going to go to the File menu and choose Open, and then we're going to go to the RSETPy directory. So if you remember, that's Program Files x86, NMSU, RSETPy, and then we're going to want to run the main module of RSETPy, so we're going to go to RSETProcess, src, and then choose RSETProcess. Okay, so RSETProcess is now open up in idle. So we're going to choose Run, and if the configuration files were all set up correctly in the previous video, we should just start doing the database indexing. So we're going to run the module. Okay, after several moments, the Python shell will start displaying text that describes what RSETPy is doing, the processing and indexing of the data. So this will take a while depending on how much downloaded data we have to index into the database. So you can go ahead and take a break, let your computer run for a while, and then come back later when it's finished. Okay, so now that the database indexing has completed, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the database, the RSETPy DB, now looks like when we open up MySQL Workbench. So I'm going to go to my Start menu, go to the Workbench, MySQL Workbench. Okay, now that it's open, we're going to, in the left-hand side, do the Open Connection to start querying. So we're going to click on that. It's going to ask us for our root password, so enter that. Let's try that again. There we go. So now we're looking at the SQL editor tab. If you recall, this is where we were able to create the RSETPy_DB database. And so now under the schemas, under the object browser, we can actually see the tables that were created by this by RSETPy indexing all our downloaded data. So let me go ahead and move this over a little bit. So as you can see, there's a table for every day of the year of the data that we downloaded. So we should have 31 tables of those. And then we have a table called scenes _2010 WG84. And that gives like a geographic context to the indexes in these tables. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and query the very first table, so the table for January 1st of 2010. So I'm going to right click and then do select rows, and it'll give me, in this case it'll give me all the rows in that table because we don't have more than 1,000. So as you can see, only 158 rows were returned. But here is how it indexes the data. So our base path is the external drive that I talked about, under 2010 directory. Then the subpath actually points to the H5 file. Our source type was modus, and the driver type tells us that that's the HTF5 file. So when we want to read it, we know what libraries to open up, and then we record the year, month, day, hour, and minute, which is essentially when the satellite overpass occurred, and then the variables within the H5 file for modus. And then our scene ID is a reference to the scene entries in the scene data table. So we're going to go ahead and just open up the scenes table, do a select on that. So right-click, select rows, and then you can see the geographic context. It gives us the source type, the ID, and then the latitude and longitude, which create a bounding polygon. So that's what happens when the downloaded data is indexed. It stores locations to the files with geographic contexts. So that concludes using RSETPy to index our downloaded data. Thank you.